Hi everyone, I'm Joey with Create with Joey, and I have 3 beautiful Christmas cards to show you today. And you can make these cards too. They're not hard. They have several steps to them, but they're really beautiful for Christmas. They celebrate the birth of Christ, and I'm anxious to share them with you today. So before we get started, I just have to get all of my equipment here going, so I'm going to get close to the camera because my iPad is down here and I use my iPad so I can actually see what you're seeing, so I have to get it queued up. So there we go. I can see what you're seeing. Yeah, I was really close to the camera. And now I'm going to go to my laptop is here, and that's where I see your comments. So when you come on, I'd love for you to say hello. Let me know where you're from, how your weather is today, because this time of year can be really warm one day and the next day it's freezing cold. We're having a sunny day here, and I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska, so in the Midwest we're having a sunny day, and it's really nice out. It's a little bit windy, but not too bad. And Diane jumped on. She just says she just will need to watch replay, which I know she watches every week, so I know she will watch later, which is great. That at least lets me know that I am live. I am live every Wednesday at 12:30 Central Time. Last week I was not, so if you were watching for me, I was wanting to be here, but we had a very sick puppy. Our dog of 14 years, his health started failing, and I needed to care for him. So we had to say goodbye to him on Saturday, so it's been a rough week. But I'm here today because I find joy in crafting. I'm sure you're here because you do too. And if you're new to this, welcome. Again, I'm Joey, and I'm happy to have you here with me to show you some beautiful products to make Christmas cards with, and a special hybrid embossing folder, which we'll get to in a moment. Okay, friends, I'm going to go ahead and click. Okay, sorry, just was checking your comments real quick. Pam is on. Hi, Pam. And Christy's here. And Kim jumped on. So all my friends are jumping on. That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click a little button here, and I'm going to go upside down, but you'll be right side up. So here we go. Today, or it was, I guess, the 7th, so that would have been yesterday, we have a new group of online exclusives. And what that means is that you can only find them online. They aren't in a printed catalog. You can go on my website, stampingwithjoey.stampinup.net, to see them. I have a brochure here, but I can see in the camera that you can't really see very well. So the products that I purchased ahead of time, because demonstrators can purchase them ahead of time. Hi Kay, hi Debbie. Yay, thanks for joining me. I purchased some of these, so I thought I would show you quick before we do our project what they look like. I haven't even opened them, other than I did open the paper. So this is called the Meandering Meadows paper, and it's just gorgeous outdoor scenes. So I don't know that I'm going to go through all these, but I'll give you an idea of what the paper's like. So it has, you know, these beautiful, like, they look like Monet paintings to me. And oh, you know what? I think I did go through this once with my team, and so I did have a single one of each towards the front, so that'll work well. But, you know, look at the beautiful pathways through here. They look like spring because, you know, we crafters are always a season ahead. So this will be coming out for spring crafting. It actually is available right now, and if you're interested in it, my friends, please get it soon, because online exclusives tend to sell out the most popular products, and they sometimes come back, but sometimes they don't. they're not promised to come back. So if you're interested in any of these, look at this one. This reminds me of a 12 by 12 we had for Celebration several years ago. So pretty. And then these are starting over. So you get 48 sheets, and there again, that's called Meandering Meadows, and it goes with this stamp set. So it goes with Garden Meadows, and you can see here there's lots of cute spring scenes, baskets of flowers, the wheelbarrow, and some lovely greetings. Thinking of you, I can't imagine having a better friend, happy birthday, hello, every day is a fresh start, some sweet little birds. I love birds and flowers for the spring, so I think that's so pretty. And you can't go wrong with rubber rain boots, right? They just are really so fun to stamp with in the spring. Hi Kay, thank you for your prayers. I really appreciate it. You know, Brady was with me all hours of the day. I mean, I was never without him. If I'd go upstairs, if I'm crafting downstairs and I go upstairs, he would follow me upstairs, even if I say, I'm going to be right back. Of course, I expected him to understand that because, you know, dogs understand English. But, you know, so it's hard because every place I turn, he used to be there. So there's no getting away from it. But we're grateful and for all the beautiful, happy years we had with Brady. But thanks so much. I've gotten so many messages online. I want to thank you so much. And I've gotten cards, and even if Christy sent a gorgeous, gorgeous bouquet. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for friends. All right, so this is the, I don't have anything made with it, obviously. Here's the little shovel, and then the watering can. Here's grass and weeds, and then a little fence, and then this beautiful kind of rounded window scene. And then, of course, the rest of these cut out, like the boots. We've got that, and we've got a cutout for the fence, and the watering can, and these little tools and all that. So that's what that looks like. It's called Garden Meadow, and it does come as a bundle, or you can always buy either separately, but you save 10% if you get those together. Now, this is shown in the suite of those products. This is called Adhesive Back Dragonflies and Birds. These sold out even before it went public, so demonstrators bought all that were available. It's supposed to come in, they're supposed to come in the very end of November. So I think November, I want to say the 27th or the 28th, so they'll be back. And then this one, this might be my favorite. I haven't played with any of it yet, but this is called Fluffiest Friends. There aren't any greetings, but there's adorable little animals and kitties, and I think this is, I don't know what this is, a muskrat? Beaver, maybe beaver, a bear, and a bunny. And then the dies that go with that. Again, I haven't opened these, so we're kind of exploring these together. I haven't been online very much the past week. I've been caring for Brady, so I haven't even seen a lot of samples, although I'm sure they're out there. So we've got a big bee. I think that's a beehive. I think it is, because then the little bear sits in front of it with this honey pot. We've got balloons, leaves, more grass, honey or beehive, a tree branch. This will really be fun. I think you will really be able to have some really beautiful crafting fun with that. This one is red rubber, where the other one is, and it's a cling. It clings to your glass box. And the other one is photopolymer, the Meandering Meadows. So I did want to give you a little glimpse of those. It's just so hard to see things online sometimes, especially in the printed materials. So there those are. Pam says she, it's a really pretty suite. She loves the paper. And she says it's almost too pretty to cut up. I'm with you, Pam. Sometimes it's so hard to cut paper. It just is, you know. But then what do, girls? We hang on to it, and then we don't use it. And then we just get more and more, and we're not using it. So we need to cut our paper, because there's always going to be more beautiful paper available. Am I right? Easier said than done, I know. Okay, we're going to take a piece of Night of Navy, and we're going to also take Night of Navy ink. This is one of my favorite ways to make an easy background. And we're going to take this stamp. I don't know if you can see it very well in the film or in the video. Let me see. Maybe you can see it. It looks like you can see it pretty well. These are groups of stars. I don't know if there's a top and a bottom, but, and it's the most beautiful stamp. Let me actually stamp it for you on a piece of white so you can see how pretty it is. Isn't it just beautiful? So I know maybe it's kind of wasted tone on navy, but we're going to do something spectacular. Let me grab my little mat here so you don't get my my paper dirty, so you have to look at a mess the whole time. But in this case, we're just going to use it as a background. So I think you can see that. Looks like you can in the video. And then one of the really unique dies in this set of dies, did I even show you what we're using today, or did I only show you what's in the online exclusive? So let me grab these. So this is what we're using today. It's got decorated with sequins on it. And this is a stamp we just used, but it's called Stars at Night. And then it goes with a set of dies, obviously. We're going to use one of these right away today. We're going to grab this one. And these are kind of a mess because I've been creating and just kind of dumping stuff together. But this, I'm going to show you later how to work this, but this goes with the embossing folder so that it both cuts and embosses at the same time, and it just makes stunning cards. So I'm excited to show that to you. But let's go ahead and keep going with this card for now, because this is another beautiful die. I'm just going to set those aside for a second. Now, as a reminder, the cards I'm making today, you can get 6 cards, 2 each of the 3 I'm showing today. The supplies for them to make your own. You'll need the Stars at Night bundle, or you will need something you can substitute with. So a lot of you are experienced stampers that usually watch. And let's see, we have 2 things to die cut. So let me get my stuff out here. What was I saying? So if you don't have this stamp set or you don't want to purchase it right now, you can use something you have, and you'll get all the card supplies. So in a kit, and I mail it to you. If your purchase is $50 or more, I also send you an embellishment. I'm just noticing that I didn't get all this. You want to make sure when you use dies like this that you get all the little paper, tiny holes poked out. Sorry about this. I didn't notice it ahead of time because otherwise they don't cut again. So then you have an indentation of a circle instead of actual cutout. And it's really important for this card in particular because we want gold to show behind it. I think I have all or most of them. But anyway, so that's how you get your class free. Now I have a bunch of little holes around here. Whoops. Okay, so there we go. Now you have to use this host code, so make sure that you copy this down or take a screenshot. Oh, it's backwards for you? No, I guess it's okay. In order to get the class for free, because the host code is tied to this particular class to get this for free. So you have till Sunday night to put in your order using that host code, and you'll get, I'll send you 2 each of the supplies for each of these cards. Probably repeating myself, but at least I didn't forget to say something. Okay, let's go ahead and I think that's not quite centered. Let's try to do better with that. There we go. And maybe up just a touch more. There we go. Okay, so now this paper is called More Dazzle paper, and it comes in both silver and gold in the same pack. And it's in the annual catalog, and that's in stock. So you can order that from the annual catalog, or you can find it online. If you're an online shopper, it's called More Dazzle paper. Okay, let's go ahead, and it's really pretty. It's really sparkly. So I know my friend Diane's not still on here, but she's all about the glitter, and I think a lot of you are all about the bling too, because if you watch me, you probably like bling, because I'm always getting things sparkled up. So gonna get rid of those tiny little dots, so you don't want these little teeny pieces of paper getting in on your stamps and in your ink pad, because that's a pain. Okay, let me just kind of clean this up here for a second, and then we will go further with our card. This is not a hard card to make. No, you do need a die cutting machine if you're going to make it like mine, but other than that, it's a really easy card. Okay, so now we're just going to take a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. This is cut 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored the 8.5 side at 4 1/4. And just to complete the card, let's go ahead and put a white piece on the inside. I usually decorate the inside of my cards, sometimes for Facebook Live. I don't, just because I don't want to take too much time, but it does make a big difference in making your cards even more personalized to stamp something on the inside. Well, you know what we could do? Let's just go ahead and stamp a few little stars here while we're at it. And we're just going to use those gorgeous, pretty little stars. And let's go one up here. And let's go one down here. And then while we're at it, actually, let's just go ahead and stamp Merry Christmas. You know, I love stamp sets like these because they point to the birth of Jesus for Christmas. I'm all about Santa and elves and all the cute stuff too. But the main thing is, obviously, we celebrate the birthday of our Savior. So I particularly love making Christmas cards with sets like this. This is part of a whole suite of products called Oh Holy Night. And I do have a stamp camp, what that means is you would get products for 12 Christmas cards, 2 each of 6 designs. You'll get about $40 worth of product. Okay, now we're complete for this card. It gets sent to your door. It's a class to go. And I'm using the whole suite, and I'm calling it the Oh Holy Night stamp camp. If you're on my email list, you should have gotten that email. It just went out this morning, so if you haven't checked your email yet, that's where it is. And if you're just watching for the first time, you can find it on my blog, createwithjoey.com, under classes. So look there, createwithjoey.com. That's my blog, and then you'll find it under classes. So that's where you can always check for the latest things I'm offering. All right, so this is just gold foil. This is out of the annual catalog. It comes in a pack of 2 12 by 12 sheets. And I think it's only $5. It's pretty inexpensive, but it's really, really pretty to use on your Christmas cards or anything where you want a little extra sheen and glow. So isn't that pretty? Isn't that dye pretty? That's what that dye does, and I think it's just so pretty. Now we're going to put this on a piece of crumb cake. This is called crumb cake cardstock. It's just, that's the color it's called. And I didn't get that squared up, but it doesn't really have to be squared up. And it's just a little bit bigger. This navy blue piece is 3 by 4, and the crumb cake is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, like that. Okay, so we're just gonna put this on here. This is all easy. You can do this. Even if you're a beginner, this is not a hard card to make. Stamping in general really is not hard. It's just how many steps it takes to make a card. So you do need a paper trimmer, and you need a die cutting machine to make this card or something similar. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now we're going to take our Dazzle Star, and let's go ahead and let me find my dimensionals, which I'm not, here we go, not seeing too many of, but it'll be enough. I think it'll be enough to get us through Facebook Live today. Then I'm just going to put some on the back of our star. I like blue for Christmas. I will often use shades of blue for Christmas, especially for winter. I use it for winter cards, but I do like it for Christmas, and I like it paired with gold or silver. We're going to do both some gold and silver today. But this is one of those beautiful dies from the Stars at Night dies that I showed you. So we're going to put this straight across here. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. I think it's pretty. All right, then let's do our greeting. So now this is where a beginner might not want to tackle this, but it's only because it's a really narrow strip. But you wouldn't have to do it like this. You could stamp it on a wider strip. I'm doing it today because it fits my design, but you don't have to do it like this. You can always simplify things to make your life easier and make it more fun. Stamping should not be frustrating. It should be fun and enjoyable, and it should be it should give you all the positive endorphins of being creative and crafting. So if it's not fun, stop doing what you're doing, change it, and start having fun. Okay, so we'll see if this works. I did stamp one ahead of time because, you know, it is narrow and anybody can mess this up, even people that have stamped a long time. So I'm going to come down here. I think that's about right. Let's see. How'd I do? Oh, I did pretty good. So we're going to count that. Now, to make this fit on my card, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. So I'm going to cut it at after the, just with my paper snips. And that's good. By the way, this is 1/4 by, darn, I don't remember, 1/4 by 4 1/4, if you want to know the size of that. So let me grab another thing that we have. Sorry, I put this away. I was cleaning up my desk for Facebook Live, and I shouldn't have put this away. We have what these are called, what are they called? Foam adhesive strips, and I'm going to just cut off a short one. They're really nice for skinny things like this, and I'll show you a class. I'll show you the Oh Holy Night cards before the end of the video, so you can see if you're interested in that stamp camp. I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. There we go. Okay, and then this one, it's a little bit longer. Not a lot. But as I was saying earlier, you know, I have all the Santa stamps and all that, and I love all of that as well. But as it gets closer to Christmas, I usually focus on cards that point us to Jesus's birth. So that's where I'm heading this week and next week. Next week will be Night Divine, which is the other part of this suite of products. So let me get this on here. And then, okay, celebrating the magic of the season. Let's get a little bit more bling on here. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for coming on. Hi, Kathy. Both Kathys. And Kelly. It's okay to be late, Kelly. Of course, you're never late, honestly. You're never late because you can always watch a replay too, so you won't miss anything. Okay, I'm going to grab my, this has been out of stock forever. It's called Navy Blue, Navy, what's it called? Night of Navy and Gold ribbon. It is in stock right now, I think, now that I say that. I wouldn't swear to that 100%. But it is coming in soon because I have it on my list to order for my Oh Holy Night Stampin' Stack. So I know it's coming in and I'm going to have it for my class. The day if it isn't in now, the day it comes in, I'm ordering it, so I have it for that sweet because you don't want to miss this ribbon. It's yummy, 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 yummy. It's so pretty with this sweet and all this paper. You know, you have to putz with it. I could probably make that bow a little smaller, but for the sake of time, we're going to just go with a big bow. And hi, Kelly. Thank you. Hi, Carol. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you think it's pretty. I thought it was pretty too. Let's go ahead and for big ribbon, for ribbon that's a little bit wider, I usually put, so I'm putting one glue dot kind of on that side of the knot, and then I'm going to pull my glue dots back and put one on the other side, so I have two so that it has good, it balances really well. And now we'll get some gems. And for these cards, I used the Festive Pearls. Festive Pearls, I think. Let's see. Festive Pearls, yeah. These are in the annual catalog as well. And it's nice because they have red. I think it's one of the few that we actually have red pearls. Although I'm not going to use red on this card. We're going to go for gold. So, but they're nice and shiny. They're small, but I think they really are pretty with this set of products. So you could put a lot more on, but there's our card number one. Celebrating the magic of the season. And then we have our inside with Merry Christmas. So there's our first card. This is not hard, my friends. You can make this. Anyone can make this. If you need help, a little more help than just watching this, just call me, contact me, email me. I'll help you. I'll help you figure it out, and we can help you make some cards like this too. I hate having adhesive on my workspace, and somehow I have adhesive on my workspace. It just seems to catch everything, you know, sometimes. Anyway, there's card number one. Pam likes blue and silver, red and gold. Yes. You're more traditional? Yeah, I get that. Me too. I don't know, Pam. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm not as traditional. All right, we are going, I like both. You know, I do both. Now we're going to head into using your embossing folder. Oh, did I already do it? I guess I already did it. That's okay, because it's just embossing here. We're not using the dies. Okay, let me try that again. We are using dies, but not the star dies as such. And when you'll see what I mean, but I do have something to show you about this. This is the inside of the card, so we'll hang on to that. Now, I'm going to show you how this one star, as soon as I find it, this one star can make multiple layers. I don't know if that explains it very well, but once I show you, I think you'll see what I mean. So we're going to take a piece of just basic white cardstock. It's a scrap. It doesn't look like it's a scrap. Oh, no, that's the inside of my card. So hang on, we do need a scrap paper. So let's let that go. And then let's grab, I think this is a scrap. Let's see. I'm not 100% sure, but there's more scrap paper around here, so I'm not worried about it. Then we're going to take, not Night of Navy, get myself flustered here. We're going to take Misty Moonlight. Or is this supposed to be boho blue? Hang on, friends. I think this might supposed to be, well, we'll go with Misty Moonlight. It'll be fine. You could use boho blue, but we're going to use Misty Moonlight because it's out here. So I'm just going to stamp actually 2, and there's one of those little tiny dots of cardstock that I told you don't let those get on your stamps, because, oh, come on, it's just stuck there. There we go, I got it. Because you don't want that on your ink pad. That's the main thing. It's not going to hurt your stamp at all, of course, but you don't want those tiny things in your ink pad because they mess up your stamping. We're going to stamp this twice. So I'm going to come over here. Actually, now that I'm thinking about that, we kind of have to do this differently. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So we're going to actually cut this scrap paper in half. And I'm actually looking for my finished card. Oh, I hate when that happens. I've got everything ready, and then all of a sudden I lay something somewhere. Oh well, we'll just kind of keep, oh, there we go. You know, this is too dark. I did use boho blue. Sorry, I said we would just go ahead with it, but we're not going to go ahead with it because I don't think it's going to look as pretty as boho blue. So we're switching it out from Misty Moonlight. Sorry about that. And we're going to go to boho blue. And we'll try this again. And we actually need 2 pieces of cardstock. So I'll show you why. We don't want them stamped on the same piece. And again, I think I'll turn this over, turn my stamp over. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate your prayers so much. I really, really do. It's, you know, grief takes its own path. Sometimes you're kind of expecting it, and sometimes it just comes on like a flood. But thankfully, the love of family and friends helps us. Helps us get through it. And intellectually, I know it gets better. My heart doesn't feel like it will ever get better, but I do know that it will get better. And we'll more and more enjoy our memories of Brady instead of just the loss of him right now. Okay, we need 2 of those stars in boho blue. And then we do need to stamp one more thing. So let's go to, I'm not sure I have a room on here. Let's just get another piece. Usually I'm not this wasteful of cardstock, but today we're just going to do whatever works. Okay, so this greeting is really pretty too, and I like the shape of it. Wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. We're going to stick with boho blue for that. And I'm cleaning off my stamps because if I don't, I'll sure as heck get the ink on something else. Okay, so we've got everything we need for stamping. So now we have to do our die cutting. Now this card, whoops, I hit my light. Hopefully it didn't get in your way. Okay, so this card, or rather I should say the die for this large star is hooked together with the other sizes of stars. So what we have to do for this is we have to have all the dies lined up, and I think I will grab my Post-it tape so we don't let this move going through, because it makes for this particular card I'm going to show you how to make, it makes a pretty big difference. Okay, hang on, let me get the tape. I started to say it'll make a big difference if it's lined up well or not. And it will, and I'll show you why. Okay, I'm going to have to back this up for a minute so I can get in here and get it right. So we're going to get this lined up here. I'm trying to just make sure I've got everything even on all the sides. And for some reason, this die takes me a little longer to get it lined up, but I think that's pretty good. Let's go with that. I'm going to tape it down, and we might have to wait. Let's wait on that. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this one. Oops. There we go. We'll die cut that. And then, you know, it's funny how it happens. I made this card over 2 weeks ago because I had planned to show it last week. And I'm trying to think, how did I do that? I'm pretty sure I know, but let's see how this is gonna go. I'm gonna cut this off for a second. I cut it off from that darker blue one just so it fits on that platform better. And we'll put it like this again. And now we're gonna cut, I have to look at my sample. Now we're gonna cut, we're gonna use this small die, and we have to go this way. Now, here's where it comes kind of what I wanted to explain to you and show you. This doesn't fit exactly this inner star, but you line it up as well as you can, because I'll show you what happens. It still works well, but it was really confusing to me to begin with. So you line it up as well as you can, check all of your points of your stars carefully, but again, it's not going to line up 100%, or at least I couldn't get it to. Trying not to move it. Do you ever get it lined up and then you move your hand to let it go and then it moves? So, sorry. It's taking me longer than normal. Of course, because I'm on Facebook. So, tuck on it. I keep moving it when I lift my hand. So, okay, kids, here, I need to move it like this, I think, because I might have to just die cut this off the screen because I can't line it up going that. I'm right-handed, so it's messing me up going that way. Let me get it this way. And so, let me hold this down. I know I'm out of the camera. I'll come back into the camera now that I have it lined up. So there we go. Now we'll cut it. Can you see me now? Yeah, now you can see it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and cut this one. And then I'll show you why it works if you're pretty close to getting that inner star lined up. Oh, and we didn't do our greeting. So let me do that, and then we'll come back and finish this star. Although, there we go. Let's do our greeting. So I'm curious to know, how are you coming with your Christmas cards? Have you started them? Are you done with them? How are you doing with them? Because I do so many classes, I have quite a few done. I'll end up making more because I send out between probably 80 to 100 cards. Okay, so this is this really pretty die. We'll get that cut. So, or who's got some done and they're still working on others. I hope you tell me you're making your cards and not buying them. Although if you do, no judgment. I know sometimes we just can't get them made. And it's much better to send one that you didn't make than not send any at all. I remember growing up, when I would come home from college, my mom would keep all of our Christmas cards in a basket. So when I came home, I could read all of them. And I remember that basket just being overflowing. Do you guys have memories like that? And it was so much fun for me. I didn't even know all the people because, of course, people were sending her cards, you know, that I might have never met. But I know that doesn't happen much, if at all, anymore. But we, card makers, stampers, hopefully are keeping up the tradition of Christmas cards. Actually, all cards. So that we let people know we're thinking of them. You know, I've heard it said that a card is a hug in the mail, and I really believe that it is. Okay, kids, you know what I did wrong? No, I did do it right. I thought maybe I put my embossing folder in the wrong direction, because these stars do have a direction. So, and I know you can't probably see it very well on video, but I'll show you how the embossing folder and the dies work together on the last card we make. So just a reminder, if you just started watching, that you can get the supplies for all of these cards, 2 each of the 3 I'm showing, with your order of $35 using this host code. All right, now what I want to show you is this. Let me get rid of all this. Even though you can see where this isn't perfectly die cut, when you start lining it up like this, it does line up. You can get your lines lined up. And if it's not going this way, try turning it and then making it go this way. But I think for my star, it goes this way. But that's how you get them lined up. Now, you could do all 3 like that. So you would just stamp 3 stars, 3 of the really big ones. Then you just die cut individually each of those. I hope that's making sense. But I wanted to show this to you in case you were confused about how do I get the layers of my star to line up when the die doesn't look like it does line up. So then, let's see, am I right with this? Let's check this out. I'm trying to look through my lines here. That one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. Oh, maybe it was the other way. Maybe I turned it. Let's try this. Is better? Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so it's not 100%, but it really doesn't matter because it still looks like it coordinates really well. So let's go ahead and put this one down. Now, I haven't tried it yet with 3, but I'm sure it'll be just like this with the 2. You know, that it'll line up once you put them all together, but it might not look like it will line up before that. Okay, I think I have a little star here. Yes, I do. So I cut one of the other stars out of the dazzle, the more dazzle paper. Now, when you get your class kit to go, you get all you need. All the supplies are cut. Anything that and embossed, unless it's part of the suite I'm using. If it's part of the suite I'm using, then I don't have it done for you. But otherwise, I have everything cut for you, so you can, if you have the suite, you can use your cards. Or as I said before, you can just substitute with something you do have and just have fun being creative. Let's go ahead and put this guy on here, the greeting. And then for this, I'm going to use this, an online exclusive. Whoops, I I got to get this. I might have, let's see if I can peel this off a little bit. Whoops. No, I'm not going to. So we're just going to make this work. I need to get a bow on here, so that's my hesitation. So I'm going to line this up here. Then I'm going to grab, I started to say I was using another online exclusive, which is the gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. It's a lot to say. What it means is it's gold and silver ribbon. So let's go ahead and make a silver bow. So those of you that like blue and silver, here's your blue and silver together. And then our first card was blue and gold. So they both work, and they're both beautiful. So you can't go wrong with either blue and silver or blue and gold. And these bows are so pretty. They're so shiny. And you know, it is the holiday season, so we need the sparkle and shine. At least I think we do. You might feel differently, and if you do, well, you'll be wrong. But if you like it without bling, then God bless you. Have fun without the bling. But seriously, think about adding it. I'm not too opinionated, am I, about it? Okay, so I'm trying to kind of get it out of the way of the words, and it looks like I need to trim it up just a touch again. And there we go. Let's get back our pearls, and this time I'll use silver, of course, instead of gold. So let's go ahead and get some silver, shiny silver pearls, like so. I haven't looked at your comments yet. I'm hoping you're going to tell me if you've started on your Christmas cards, or you're not going to make any, or you got them done, or you're going to make them, but you just haven't done it yet. Okay, there we go. There's our second one. And then you get an idea of how to make dimension on your star by just stamping it more than once and then using that die on the various sizes. So there you have it. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kelly. Pam, you sent about 35 or 40. You're just getting started. My craft room is so unorganized. Well, you're not alone, my friend. You know that, don't you? You know, not all of our craft rooms are organized. But let me tell you this, and I'll just tell you what works for me. I can't start in a mess. I personally can't start in a mess. I can leave a mess, but if I'm going to start a new project or start a big project, I absolutely have to have it cleaned up. I can't deal with it. So what it does is it frees your mind as well as your space. You know, it gives you room to work. Does it feel like I'm giving you unsolicited advice? I'm just telling you what works for me. And then I just feel like last night I had such a mess because I was creating my Holy Oh Holy Night cards. Let me show you those while we're taking a little break before I show you the last one. So these are the cards I created for my Oh Holy Night Stampin' Stack, and you'll get supplies for 2 each of these. And I used for these both the Stars at Night that you're seeing today, and then the Night Divine stamp. So here's a fancy fold. A couple of these are fancy folds. So this one has the camel and the bling like this. And then now I just have my notes on here, but when I send this card, I'll just put a piece of very vanilla 4x5 1/4, and then I'll have a place to write. So if you're looking at that and go, well, I love that, but where would I write my message? So that's where you would write it. Now here I went all out on the stars. So, and anyway, you'll get about $40 worth of product as well. On this card, I used those strips that I showed you, those adhesive strips. And then this one, I love this one with the white nativity, and then the stars are on the inside. So that's my Oh Holy Night Stampin' Stack. I hope that you, if those look fun to you, that you'll go ahead and register for that. Kathy, you're working on Christmas cards. You know, here's the thing. about, here's the thing about this. So, we love Christmas. Steve's Mr. Christmas. And we go all out for Christmas. But this is related to what I'm talking about, but it's not exactly what we're talking about. But we don't decorate for Christmas until after Thanksgiving. We've kind of had that family rule for a long time. And I feel like crafting, crafting Christmas cards and Christmas projects, which I've been doing since July. So if you've been following me for a while, we did Christmas in July, in July, obviously. So that's how I kind of get ready. I feel in my heart I'm getting ready for Christmas because I'm crafting. But Christmas crafting. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I'm Christmas crafting, but that kind of helps me wait to not decorate until after Thanksgiving. Okay, whoops, that's wrong. All right, so this is how you work this, my friends. So this is the hybrid embossing folder. So you're going to open it on the Stampin' Up side. So on the Stampin' Up side that has the logo, am I in the photo? No. Okay, so there I am in the photo. You can see me. On the Stampin' Up side, you're just going to lay this in here the way it fits. So, and you're going to know it fits because it sinks into a groove and it doesn't move. And I'm trying to wiggle it, but it won't wiggle. So that's when you know you have it right. So you set that down. This piece of cardstock is about 5 by 5, and that gets all your stars. So I'm going to try and not move this. I don't want to move it. And I'm holding it shut here so it doesn't move. And then this is what it looks like before you put it in the machine. So let me grab my die cutting machine, and you need your gray plate. So those of you that have a Big Shot, people have asked me, do I have to have the gray plate? Yes, you do. You have to have the gray plate, or you're going to be messing with a lot of maneuvering trying to get the right combination of pressure to do what you need it to do. It's not that expensive, friends. It's only $10 or $11. So just get it. It's in the annual catalog. I think it's called a specialty plate. Okay, so I'm going to put the edge of my folded edge in first, and then we're going to go ahead and put this through like this. So you won't be able to see it happen, but you'll know what's happening because you can see it when I pull this all out. So there we go. Got that all done. And then the magic of this is just really stunning. So we have all 3 of our cards, or our stars, are both embossed and die cut at the same time. Cool, huh? Very cool. Now, if you didn't want all those stars, you would just cut your cardstock. Maybe you just want the big ones. So you would just cut your cardstock this big so you don't waste your paper. And then you just put it through anyway, like I did, but it will only cut then 1 star. Or maybe you want the smaller ones, 2 of the smaller ones, or whatever you're, however you're crafting your card to be, you can make it work for you, whatever you want. Okay, so we've got that done, and then we're just going to make a real simple card here. Let me get the rest of the card parts, which I've lost them. Typical Joey on Facebook Live. Here they are. Okay, so I'm taking a piece of white, basic white thick. This is thick. I like it better for card bases than basic white regular because it is sturdier. Basic white regular is beautiful for stamping, and this is beautiful for stamping too. You can stamp on this perfectly well too. But I like it for card bases. Then let's do a little stamping. We're going to take the Merry Christmas greeting out of this stamp set. I'm going to grab black. You'll see why. On my sample I used I hope I didn't still have red ink on that, or navy. I might have still had navy ink on that. Too late now. It won't hurt on my black pad. But I used cherry cobbler, so it was tone on tone on my sample. Remember on Memento Black, it's a felt pad, so you have to make sure you're really inking your stamp well. And I'm going to go all the way to the right on this and then stamp my Merry Christmas. And the reason I'm using black instead of cherry cobbler, you can probably guess, because it just didn't show up very well in the cherry cobbler. Okay, so now I'm taking this paper. This is from also an online exclusive that is called, let me get it here. It is called Shining Christmas, and every page has shining. I'm sorry, I have my big pieces here cut up for scraps. Here's a holly one and stripes, and then there's a green candy cane, and then there's an argyle one, and they're all shiny and beautiful. Now in the back, they all have cherry cobbler patterns, so we could have gone with any of the cherry cobbler as well, but we're using the trees because, again, they're shiny. So this piece of cardstock, the designer series paper, is 3 3/4 by 5. And we'll go ahead and put that down. Kathy Sanford's working on Christmas cards too. Well, it sounds like a lot of you are getting started. If you haven't started, you're getting ready to start. And then I'm mounting this. This is another easy card. I hope this doesn't look difficult to anybody who might be watching for the first time thinking about learning to stamp. You just have to have the equipment for it, but this is not a hard card to make. Okay? And you get a lot of wow for it. All right, let's go ahead and mount up all of our, oops, let's put this down. Again, pretty easy. This strip is 1 by 3 3/4, and then we're just going to put this down as our greeting. We'll put this maybe about here. And then let's stack up our card here. Now, I kind of want to be careful that I don't put my dimensionals all stacking up on each other. Oh, what am I doing? Well, that'll work. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and put this. I think I'll put it kind of up, and the reason is because I'm going to put a ribbon here. So I'm going to put it just above my Merry Christmas a little bit, and it's kind of going down past the red just a little bit. And what I started to say is I don't want my dimensionals to be all on top of each other, so I'm going to try to avoid, I know I'll have to have one in the middle here, so let's just go ahead and do that first on this one, like so. And we'll put this, oops, no, we need to go this way or this way? This way, I guess. Yeah, that's how I did it on my other one. Like that. This would obviously show up better if I had a different color, like one of those layers was a different color, but we're going to go with this. The main thing about this card is I wanted to show you how to use the hybrid embossing folder for a real wow effect. And now I'm looking for my mini dimensionals. Here they are. So, and now I'm kind of feeling where those other dimensionals are so that I don't get right on top of them. And that helps for mailing, because you know, if your card won't fit through those 1/4-inch slots at the post office, they want extra postage. And the worst thing to be would be to make your Christmas cards and then they get sent back to you, or the person getting it has to pay the postage. That would be bad. Okay, so this guy, I think I used a mini glue dot on this. Doesn't really matter. But I think because I had so many dimensionals on it, we're going to put this on with a mini glue dot. So let me grab these. So you have until Sunday night to get this class if you'd like to get it by putting in your order using this host code for $35 or more. You'll get this class to each of the 3 cards, or for $50 you'll also get an embellishment, a pack of embellishments with it. Okay, there we go. There's that one, and then let's bling it up a little bit more. So this ribbon, I'm sorry, I forgot to look. This is called white and silver sheer ribbon. It's been hard to keep this in stock. I think currently it might be out of stock. You'll have to try. If you want it, just try it, and then it should be in soon. I think I looked, I don't want to say a date because I might be wrong, but mid-September, like maybe the 16th or the 17th. And it's gorgeous ribbon, so you want this in your craft stash if you don't have it yet. And that would be pretty for an anniversary card or a wedding card. It's so pretty. And really, the catalog doesn't do it justice. Is that enough room for that? Yeah, I think that'll work. So let's go ahead and put our mini glue dots on again. If you're commenting, I'm not seeing it because I'm just focusing on this card, but I will look at your comments. And even if you're watching on replay, I will come back and see your comments. Okay, this is not hard, my friends. If you haven't gotten your card started yet, this is an easy one. These are easy cards, even though they're wow cards. They're easy to make. Let's grab our gems, which of course I can't find. And I think we'll use silver again. Or did I use red? Oh, okay, so for this card I used red. If you're watching on Facebook and you haven't liked or followed my page, I would love for you to do that. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying the video, let's see, should we use red or silver? Maybe a mix. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. And then you won't miss any coming up. Well, I don't know if you can see the red ones. We'll mix in some silver ones too, so we'll have both. Have some silver up here, and then we'll have some silver down here, and there you have a beautiful and an easy Christmas card. All right, so you also get a PDF tutorial with the cards, your card supply, so that you don't have to come back and watch the video. So which is your favorite one that we made today? Do you like the navy and gold? Do you like the blue and silver? Or do you like the red one? We'll call this red. So navy and gold, which is your favorite? Navy and gold, blue and silver, or red? Can you see those in the picture? I'm trying to get those all in there. There we go. Okay. Whoops, that doesn't want to stick. Let's fix that. We can't have that. Alrighty, my friends. Let me look at the comments, so if you have any questions, I don't miss anything. And thank you for the heart. So pretty. Hi, Martha. That's okay. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Pam. So sweet of you. Alrighty. I'm still reading. Navy and gold. Red. Sue likes red. Kathy can't choose. Christy likes navy and gold. It sounds like navy and gold. I'm looking at your comments. Kelly, or Kay likes navy. Maybe I already said that. Judy likes navy and gold. Thank you, girls. You're so sweet. And thank you so much for joining me today. I didn't know if I'd get through my video today without crying, but I did. Although I'm starting to cry now, so maybe I didn't quite make it 100%. But I just want to thank you again for all the... Sorry. all the messages of condolences for our Brady dog. And I appreciate it more than you know. You're truly my friends, and I just love being here with you every week. I just couldn't do it last week. But thank you so much, and I hope to see you every Wednesday. Take care. If you haven't signed up for my email list, make sure you do that so you don't miss anything. I'll put a link in the comments when I get off of the video. Thanks. Love you. Bye-bye.